Project. And today it is a great pleasure for me to be here with Mary Clare, who owns the Yoga Bliss Studio here in Schenectady. Yep. And Mary Clare has been this amazing supporter of the Peace Project. Mary Clare, can you tell people why you're just so passionate to bring this work to the community?
I just feel like it's so important that not only that we take action in physical steps, but that we also take action in our hearts and in metaphysical steps. A little bit of subtle activism I just think is so important.
Yeah. And can you tell people a little bit what you've done to help promote this idea in the city level?
Well, we've engaged in the Schenectady Peace Project and the Albany Peace Project through Global Peaceful Cities for a few years, and enjoyed not only the fact that there were actual results of wonderful reduction in crime in the area for that time, but also what it did for us as both individuals and as a collective, how engaging in this space really makes a difference for our sense of well-being. And even as I've prepared to use your, which is a very specific coherence meditation for today, I found myself feeling a little shift in how I have looked at even racism in America as we are, in this civil rights moment. And while, just the idea of taking responsibility ourselves, and for those of us who have white faces in this country, to know that not only have we benefited in the past, but we are benefiting in the present, and that we need to stand up and take action. And we also need to create the space in our hearts where we can truly look at ourselves, look deeply. And this meditation actually brought me to that with a quote that you have from Martin Luther King, that and the idea that if we're not doing anything to make the changes in our hearts, we're actually part of the oppression. Right? We are, in a manner, the oppressing people.
Absolutely.
So the idea that we look eye to eye, we also look within ourselves, within that eye, to humbly offer love and acceptance, not only for others, but for ourselves.
Absolutely. It's a release for all of us, and it feels so good. And I'm so glad you mentioned that this inner release, this inner liberation that happens, and it's the kind of thing you don't know until you try it, right? So we're constantly wanting to invite people to enjoy this gorgeousness of these inner liberations, and people are like, yeah, well, it's just, why would you pray for a city? Just try it, right?
Right.
And Mary Clare just said it so well. There's this inner alchemy that happens. It's something that's so profound awakens within us that, again, it changes us, right?
It does.
Yeah, so I'm so excited to have Mary Clare lead us in our meditation today.
All right, thanks, Bethany. And thanks to Christine and Annette, maybe we can, and Bethany, as we begin to sit and become present for this meditation. And allowing yourself to breathe, to settle into where you are, to offer any adjustment in your seat as you draw yourself down and in. Taking these moments to allow your body to feel balanced from left to right, from front to back. And to offer an orientation to yourself as if you were sitting with your own best friend, your greatest ally, your kindest witness. And then take a moment and energetically connect to everyone participating in the Global Peaceful Cities Project around the world, allowing yourself to feel gratitude and appreciation for the presence of others. As you breathe deeply, relax completely. Each time you exhale, let any stress leave your body through the out-breath. As you exhale, notice the root, the back of the tongue, and let it quiet any mental chatter, and appreciate the space emerging between thoughts. And imagine that you are surrounded by a shining sphere of pure cleansing light. Observe the symmetrical and balanced light nourishing your entire body, both front and back. absorbing this healing light as it clears your body and mind. Drawing your awareness above your head, begin to feel that cleansing light flowing down like a waterfall over your entire body, in and around your head, releasing all your thoughts of the day. This radiant white light gently flows downward around your neck and your shoulders, releasing your arms, your hands, as they become loose, warm, and heavy. Feel the nourishment of this light as it continues flowing down the front of your torso, back of your torso. Notice yourself feeling lighter and lighter as the light travels down to the bottoms of your feet, releasing from your hips, your legs, your knees, through the soles. Releasing any clutching or grasping within your body and sinking down into the surface supporting you, simultaneously feeling light and weightless. Now imagine inhaling this loving light into your lungs, observing how the light enters your right lung and your left lung. Noticing how you can feel the light enter one lung easier than the other. Which one is which? Imagine sending the light from the ease into the light where there's a little more density, until both lungs feel equally filled and light. And as you feel this shift, notice how your mind has this amazing ability to soothe wherever it lands. And draw a red cross on your chest, dividing it into 4 quadrants. And poke your mind's awareness into each one of the quadrants in your chest and become curious. How does each one of them feel? Notice how one quadrant feels the most free and open compared to the other 3. And explore that expansiveness. See if you can stretch that quadrant open even further with your mind's eye. Now determine which one of the quadrants feels the most tight or contracted. And with kindness in your awareness, bring qualities of the expansive quadrant to open this one. And then balance the 2 by moving your awareness back and forth. Now spread the loving light through all 4 quadrants, blending and expanding them all, even moving your awareness into the space 6 inches in front of your chest, 6 inches behind your chest, letting yourself release through your heart in the front and the upper back. And invite your heart into full bloom by thinking about something or someone that is easy to love, a pet, a child, or any activity, anything that draws love and appreciation to your heart. And take a moment to savor. Allow yourself to learn how savoring feelings of goodness, sweetness, and appreciation expands your heart. Allow yourself a sense of satisfaction. What else can you appreciate about this? Invite your heart to open even more. And then find another positive feature and allow yourself to fall in love with that. Losing yourself in good feelings. How big can your heart swell? As we practice opening our hearts to greater appreciation, we learn that we could sit here all day expanding our hearts because love is infinite. we also learn that we are the only ones who can block our hearts. We realize we can become greater containers for love by setting intentions to expand our hearts. And in this moment, as you keep your heart open, you feel this loving kindness and awareness. Become aware of the cities of Minneapolis and St. Paul in Minnesota, large metropolitan areas leading to residential sections, commerce of many minority-owned businesses connecting Minneapolis and St. Paul. And perhaps you remember images in the news of young protesters grieving mothers or burning buildings. Whatever images of suffering come to you, strive to keep your heart open and vast, and imagine bathing those situations, those images in unconditional, loving light, coming through you, from above, from around you. Become a vessel for this love, opening your mind and heart, and bathe the area in an unconditional love that nourishes everyone to heal, to express themselves, their sense of being. Feeling delight as you suddenly notice seeds of freedom and dignity emerging from these images. Together, we affirm new beginning, new history, new day, new dawn. As Martin Luther King taught us to develop a beloved community, that when the battle is over, a new relationship comes into being between the oppressed and the oppressor. And taking responsibility in those spaces of both. Allow us to dream with a Dr. Reverend Martin Luther King Jr. now, as we affirm that the oppressed are no longer oppressed, and oppressors no longer oppress. Look eye to eye with only love in our hearts for each other, that we are able to honor mutual dignity, integrity, and nobility, reflecting our light, their light, from one to other, both being joyously freed of their emotional restrictions and exceedingly grateful for the other, for one and other, our mutual release. Feel the alchemy of us willing into this reality through our collective intent, and then seeing and feeling turn to spread the seeds of dignity and worthiness among all the people with whom we interact. Observing people become more at ease, watching as their shoulders move back and down, their heads lifted and become held high. Allow yourself to become awed by the natural radiance of the generous human spirit emerging in our eyes, in our appreciation, in their eyes and their appreciation. Observing people looking through kind eyes, possibly over masks, as they say silently to each other, I remember. I remember the grand journey we are all on. I remember I came here to be part of this rite of passage, to cause a stirring so deep, so compelling that people around the globe unite in remembering the inner wakefulness of human dignity. I remember that in surrendering individual superiority, we are all joyfully elevated. I remember the majesty of people living from free and open hearts. Spend the next few moments ushering this new reality into the world, a reality in which the preciousness for all human life is not only protected, but cherished. Observe us moving far beyond mere tolerance and political correctness into genuine brotherly and sisterly love, fostering true community, true humanity. Releasing these intentions now to infinite love by opening your palms and imagine letting go of the intention to be resolved by a loving intelligence that loves all equally. And bask in that release now. Let us offer gratitude to the Twin Cities for becoming a beacon of hope, reminding us, as a spiritual text says, the holiest place on earth is where an ancient hatred has become a present love. We affirm the Twin Cities become a beacon of hope for humanity, for human dignity around the world. Move your intentions for peace and prosperity from the streets of Minneapolis and St. Paul to cities around the world. From heart to heart, from city to city, light to light, and eventually bathing the entire globe. Now turning your attention back to your own heart, contemplate all the areas in your own individual life and gently invite your heart to remain open as you scan. Is there a situation that needs resolution? A lesson to be learned? A relationship that needs easing? Or prosperity that needs to flow? Bring the situation to mind now, being sure to keep your heart wide open and overflowing with this light as you do. Feel and see this purifying light flowing among and around the hearts of everyone involved. And being sure to shower yourself in healing light as well. Accept these blessings now. You are 100% worthy of beauty and goodness. Very clearly in your mind's eye, see a best possible outcome for this situation, while keeping your heart to open. Who is involved? What is your intention? Why? Maintain your expanded heart as you set intentions for the highest and best for everyone involved, affirming that everyone feels whole and complete within this exchange. Keep your heart expansive as you review your intentions. Don't argue with them. It is our discipline to state the intention and let it be, with only to respect and nourish it. We begin only to begin the miracle. This calming light flows through all of you, blessing everyone as it blesses the situation, relaxing every cell of your body and mind, allowing yourself to become a vessel of love, of peace as you explore beyond your physical limits. Release these intentions now to infinite love by opening your palms and letting go of the intention to be resolved by an intelligence far greater than you. And bask in that release now. Feel how your body emerges into greater freedom as you let go and sink into sublime rest and well-being. Release any angst because you have offered your best in open heart for the best outcome for all. See yourself maintaining an open heart throughout all your interactions during the next 24 hours, staying alert to perform only inspired action. highlight the actions that satisfy both your mind and heart. Whatever the outcome is, rest in knowing that you have intended for peace. So it is guaranteed to be moving toward peaceful resolution. Our only work is to gently maintain the discipline of an open and light heart, especially as things shift and change. Allow yourself to delightfully revel in the understanding that you have paved the day ahead for you for blessings. Bring your awareness back into your expanded heart, becoming aware of the environment around you and blessing that as well. Welcome yourself back into the physicality of your being. Offering thanks now for opening your heart to yourself and to complete strangers. Knowing that external peace begins inside our hearts, so that is where we start. And on behalf of the Global Peaceful Cities Project, the Monroe Institute, Schenectady Peace Project, thank you